Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. We are in the Lake Silverstep village, and it is time to explore. Apparently we can climb down here.
Applause, please. Down better one.
Into a gang of tatzelworms. And a Nixie. Thankfully she wasn't too...
We march ahead.
Amiri has been confused. Do I have anything that can remove that? Will this help? No. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait then. The corpse of a tall man lies torn apart on the shore. The man was probably an experienced fighter in life, but it didn't do him much good in the end. He noticed a tuft of red fur clenched in the dead man's hand. Whoever killed this man, it seems unlikely it was a tatzelworm. Yeah, it was probably the Nixie. He has a Karma, Talon of the Wise.
Forwards.
I wonder how it started raining just as we climbed down that hill. It didn't take us that long to climb down. Must have been a flash thunderstorm coming in. What is this? A villager.
Our path leads on.
Applause, please.
Fishing tackle is neatly packed and dry. It obviously hasn't been used recently. What's the deal with these people then?
Anything else?
Grilled silver eel. This place is rather large for a village. Wand of Burning Hands. Okay, so this halfling here seems to be someone we can talk to. If only I were a sorceress, I would have invented magic that makes Cauldron clean themselves then.
Applause, please.
Amulet of Natural Armor +2. These fishing boats have seen better days. Looks like no one took them out on the lake today. There's a guy named ISIL. A ruddy-faced villager waves to you cheerfully. Hello there, traveller. A good day to you. A good day to us all. The Silver Dragon himself turned the day into a feast for us. And why, you might ask? All because I forgot my fishing gloves at home. Who are you? I am ISIL, a fisherman. I mean, I was a fisherman when I did fishing. I don't fish now, so I guess I'm not a fisherman anymore. ISIL frowns as he thinks about that paradox. Dragon? Feast? What's going on here? I am telling you. I went fishing, but I left my fishing gloves at home. So I blistered my hands pulling out the nets. So I couldn't fish anymore. So I had to go hungry. Had to, but didn't, because fish just started jumping out of the water. So our great silver dragon took care of me. He must have been watching, thinking, how will this poor sod ISIL get by with blistered hands? How will he fish? What will he eat? How about I send some fish ashore for him? Now, I think I'll never bring my fishing gloves again. So fish will always jump out of the lake on their own. It'll be great. Tell me more about your fish situation. Just go to the shore and see for yourself. They jump right out of the water. We can barely keep up with collecting and salting them. We made 3 barrels since the morning dawned, and our barrels are really big, not just any normal barrels. The fisher puffs out his chest. Tell me more about this dragon of yours. He's a huge dragon. A silver one. It's why he's called the Silver Dragon. This guy is really an intelligent fellow, isn't he? He's very kind and always helps us. That lake is one of his footprints, filled with water. That's how we got the lake. I've got one of his scales. It's my lucky charm. The fisher proudly holds out a scale held by a string around his neck. Eva gave it to me. You can search around for him. Maybe he'll give you one too. Dragons that huge don't exist. Maybe not in other places. Maybe our dragon is one of a kind. The fisher's voice rings with pride. Have you ever seen this dragon with your own eyes? Sure did. Day before yesterday. 2 months ago too. Purvis the trader says I'm a fool and it was just a thundercloud, but you shouldn't listen to him. So what exactly has this dragon done to help you? He sent Eva to us. Well, not sent really. Eva was here before, but he was only a hunter, not a dragon's voice. When Eva became the dragon's voice, everything got better all at once. Most of the bandits disappeared from the roads, monsters stopped attacking us in the woods, and wolves don't even take our cattle anymore. And now there's the fish to top it all. Yeah, the silver dragon is the best dragon ever. Enough about that for now. Let's talk about this hunter. Eva, was it? Eva, yes, he's a good fellow. Who is he? He's the dragon's voice. The silver dragon tells him things, and then Eva tells us. Like when the dragon chased the wolves from our herd. He told Eva, and Eva told us. And when he scared the monsters away so they wouldn't attack us, he told Eva that too. We got all kinds of good news from Eva. That's enough about Eva for now. Alright, sure, enough is enough. Do you have any idea who I am? I am your Baron. That's great! I think. You know what, you should talk to Eva first. He can ask the Silver Dragon's opinion on the greatness of that. Eva is an important person here, and the dragon is even more important. What if he doesn't want some strange baroning around here? Let's talk later. Farewell. I don't even know what to say. But I'm pretty sure this Eva is not some kind of gentle soul who is willing to be friendly and nice to us.
Everywhere I go,
I guess we could do a protection from evil spell. That one lasts for 1 minute. That's not very long.
Can you make
There's a couple of dire boars.
Inspiration.
Yeah, the boars will make epic poses sarcophagus. Amiri, you should switch your axe to this one. And I don't want you to do the skinning, so there we go. Right, but there is a lot of fish on the shore. Some unknown power made entire schools of fish jump ashore. Some of the fish are already dead, but others twitch, their eyes bulging, their mouths opening and closing silently, as if out of desperation and horror.
We will prevail.
Oh. There is one thing that puzzles me with these tussle worms. Why do they have gold coins? Fish from the Silverstep Lake. A fat, tasty looking fish. Same text on those.
Without a doubt.
Did I see a knowledge arcana test going on here? No, raw nature. This is a curious place. Herbs. And lycka. A Nixie, slim and disheveled, is sobbing. Noticing strangers, she flinches. Not again. What are you doing here? What do you want? If my family sees you, you're as good as dead, I promise. What's your name? I'm Lycka. This lake is our home, though we've let other people live around here too. Oh, we never should have done that. We should have chased those foolish bumpkins away as soon as they started building their houses here. Now they brought disaster down on us all. I'm no enemy to the Fae. If you were an enemy, you'd be just a few bubbles on the lake's surface by now, but here I am, see? Still standing and talking with you. The Nixie sobs again and rubs her eyes with her palm. Why are you crying? The Nixie hides her face in her hands. My family kicked me out, all because of what I did to that stupid boat. Everyone was furious when the evil box fell in the lake, but I was just trying to do the right thing. Can you tell me what happened? Those men brought trouble, the ones from the big boat. They came from Tours of Lebanese and brought that scary box with them. Even the fish in the lake could tell that box was very, very evil. But those fools on the boat just laughed, bowing to the box, calling themselves Charon's Chosen or something. They claimed he'd reward them soon. I was the one who rewarded them, though. I made them crash that big boat against the foot of the high cliff and sink themselves. That's the cult that we were dealing with in the Barnhold DLC. What did you say? Sharon? That is bad. Very bad. Arim frowns, tugging on his beard. An ancient evil deity. I thought only historians would remember him now. If he still has an active cult these days... And you know something is bad when Harim thinks it is bad. Did you drown those travelers? Yes. That was the last anyone saw of them. The evil box sunk too. The Nixie sobs. If I hadn't done it, they'd have opened the box, you understand? Then something terrible would have happened. What's in the box? How should I know? I just know the box is evil. Everyone but the stupid humans can sense it. Fish started jumping ashore after the box fell in the lake. Wolves took their hunting up north to get away from it, and the humans wanted to open it. First the ones from the boat, and now these other ones came from it. You said someone's trying to open the box again. Who is it? More strangers. They hid in the cave near the lake. They've been using hooks and big nets to try to retrieve the box. It's a treasure! A treasure! That's what they say. How can that thing be a treasure? It's a huge scary box that has a picture of a one-eyed skull with a coin on it. I don't know where it came from, but I know it's somewhere I'd never want to visit. I can help you. The Nixie looks at you timidly. You look really strong. Can you do something about that evil box, maybe? I just wish it would disappear. Then all the other Nixies would forgive me and stop being angry at the humans. I'll help if I can. The Nixie jumps with excitement. Thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you! Just be careful, please. That box is so creepy. Okay.
We march ahead.
This place is getting more and more bizarre. A lot of random loot just lying around in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so here's a house. This house used to be neat and cozy once, but now it looks almost abandoned. The door is shut tight. Before you is a pile of torn sheets of paper, scribbled on in steady handwriting. The text is faded and almost unreadable. Hunter's letter. You know, Lissa, my father always used to scold me, saying, Eva, you shouldn't wag your tongue so much. I never listened. Remember the day of matchmaking? The headsman's son came to you, gave you those nice boots only city ladies wear, and his servants brought a barrel of honey and a crate of sausages. Then Mengar the smith came, brought an ornate door casing, skillfully crafted locks and piles of other housewares, and said he was going to decorate a house for the two of you with all he crafted. I came late in the evening, after all of them had left, and all I brought was a bunch of wild flowers. I set them on the porch and said, I saw a Nixie crying in the forest. She'd planned to make a lantern of my heart, but she found my heart was already taken. It is bad fortune to go make Nixies cry, so, Lady Lissa, would you go to the forest and give the heart you've taken to anyone who may need it more than you? You told me I was such a fool, and then you kissed me. For our wedding, you invited your relatives, the old miller's widow and stupid ISIL, the fisherman, out of pity, I suspect, as no one else wanted to spend time around him. I invited frogs, wind, and the full moon. Brother Moon, I said, please be so kind as to share your light with everyone, for my bride tires of shining over this world alone. The frogs sang along with ISIL, and you were more beautiful than the moon and more cheerful than the spring wind. Ari was about to turn 5, and Mika was just 4, and I'd spent a month dragging fish to the cliff and cursing a stupid wyvern who just wouldn't be lured. When I finally lured her, I chased her through the bushes, collecting her silver scales here and there after they fell. It wouldn't have been so hard to decorate our garden with those scales if I hadn't done it at night. Then the morning came and our children went silent, their mouths agape. Hundreds of silver lights sparkled atop apple and cherry trees. I hid my scratched hands in my sleeves and scoffed. This isn't so special. You've never noticed before how the stars hide in the trees from the cunning sky cat? You looked at me without a word, but I could still hear your words in my mind. You're such a fool, Eva. I love you. I don't remember how I came up with the story of the silver dragon. I came home late with a black grouse I'd shot and said, it was a hard fight, I just couldn't aim properly. This dragon kept peeping out from the clouds, blinding me with his shiny silver wings. You saw a real dragon, Dad? Not the whole dragon, no. You see, the only way to see the dragon is if two loving souls climb up the high cliff under a new moon, hand in hand. At the time, I wasn't thinking about how dark the night was, or how steep the path to the top of the cliff was, especially for little feet, or how wet the rocks were after the rain. I was just looking at you, wishing it was us, two loving souls, hand in hand, sneaking away up to the skies as we did when we weren't that much older than Ari and Mika. The next morning you woke first, and it was you who found our children's beds empty. You said nothing to me then, not when we walked through the misty woods, not when we found Mika's doll at the start of the path leading to the cliff. You kept silent as I ascended from the chasm with Ari's body in my hands. You said nothing when ISIL brought Mika's body, found further out at the lake shore near the cliff. You are such a fool, Ivar. You wag your tongue too much. It was just a story, another of your stupid fairy tales. How could it end this way? I'm so sorry, Lissa. Better you'd married the smith, or the headsman's son, or even stupid ISIL. Anyone but me. It's all my fault. Forgive me, please, and let me go. Today I'll go to the children's graves and... That is a pretty sad story. But I guess it kind of explains how things went really bad around here.
My search was not
2,000 gold coins in a random tree root.
What's that? Applause, please.
Use of my
Charge
talents.
forwards. Hey, wait for me.
Oh, crap. I do not want to have interactions with the narrate. Amiri. Are you going to go on for that? For long? Okay, so you're done now. Good, thank you. There's something wrong with the in-game audio now. I will pause the recording and reload. There we go, I had to restart the entire game and then Steam.
Forwards.
Don't know what that was about. But I'm so happy that it's possible to pause the recording so that I wouldn't have to edit the crap out of the video in video editing.
We
The
shall
world.
overcome.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
A bunch of works, but... Really, she didn't have a... It was dagger or something?
Without a doubt.
What's the map exit?
Stand with me.
A clever ploy.
Let's do a controlled fireball here. Guessing this is where they found the bodies of these children that was mentioned.
Yes.
No.
I'm still here.
I want to explore over here first.
Look ahead.
Seems to have been a bridge or something here.
Stop. Look.
At what? What's the
Applause,
ravine?
please.
There's a dead person. I guess that's all. Let's go back
Anything else?
and go down here.
What's that?
Oh, there's something.
Applause, please.
Our path leads on.
Didn't think Amiri had perception enough to spot things. Guess she does.
Without a doubt. I was successful in my search.
The rocks are moved from their usual places, as if something very huge and extremely strong used to walk here. Some pieces of fish innards could be seen on the ground. Maybe this was where the wyvern was at. I don't think I want... Oh, wait. I know exactly what I want to put there. Yeah.
Serves you right.
Amateurs!
Constitution damage.
Rotus awaits us.
Please cast restoration on him. And also, do you have a
Lost in thought.
slow potion? No, slow poison. You have cleanse. Lindsay, do
Anything
you
is
have
possible.
delay poison? You have neutralized poison. Excellent.
Yes!
That didn't help.
Patience.
Okay, then cast cleanse. Oh, bother. It's personal.
Adventures call
Guess
to
we'll
that.
just have to use it then. She failed. Okay, let's try one more time. She failed again.
Yes!
That venom really is bothersome. Okay, so Eva is standing here, but let's completely explore the area before we do anything to him. I'm also wondering if we should rest.
Who will prevail? Does it matter?
Oh, gods. Can you...
Primitives!
Glad you did it.
Thank you. tree stump in there as well. I think that's most of the area explored. Might be something hidden here.
My search was not in vain.
And with that, I believe we should set a camp. And begin resting.
Torag is the patron of pointless fuss. He teaches the forging of metal without thinking of the rust that will eventually turn it to sand.
Then a new blacksmith will forge new metal. Torag will help the grandson the way he helped his grandfather.
-8 constitution is all that Caledorn had. That's extensive.
We march ahead.
Now let's go up to Eva. Didn't loot the wyvern, did I? No, I didn't. A tall red-headed man dressed in hunter's clothes is balancing at the brink of this cliff. No, one wrong move and he'll fall into the chasm. Stop! What are you doing? Oh no, not at all. Many would like to silence the dragon's voice. I won't give them the pleasure. The redhead turns around and nods. Your Grace. Care to tell me who you are? Well, it would be rude not to introduce myself. My name is Ivar. The red-headed man watches you closely, but makes no move to run or draw his weapons. If you passed through the village, you must have heard rumors about me. Once I used to be a simple hunter, but now I keep the peace in this region by the order of their lord, the Silver Dragon. So you're the dragon's voice, right? That's what people call me. The red-headed man smiles slightly. These lands are under protection of the Silver Dragon, and I'm his most trusted servant. We have no need to fight each other. I won't harm either you or the village. That's exactly what every new self-proclaimed king usually says. I understand why you are suspicious. The red-headed man bows his head. Well, forgive me for being so harsh. I just wanted you to remember, these lands don't need new rulers. Our protector is enough. You know who I am? I know everything that happens in the village and for leagues around. Of course I was aware of your arrival. Such a prestigious guest striding into our lands. I'll take that as a compliment. Just don't take it as flattery. He scoffs, but there is no malice in it. Bootlicking the highborn. Never one of my habits. Is it your house south of here? It's mine. So what? I know about your family. I'm sorry for your loss. I don't look for sympathy and don't expect it. Ivar falls silent for a moment and looks away. Besides, I don't deserve it. We'll talk another time. Bye. Why are you so sure that this another time will happen? I won't stay here long. There's an old saying, sluggish wolf soon starves. All right then. Let me ask you a few more questions. And they are? I learned what I wanted. Farewell.
Without a doubt.
This cave. There. There is no indication that this is a cave.
What's that?
Uh-huh.
Look ahead.
Pile of notes. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read this. First note. I'm not gonna say it out loud. The chief would rip me a new one if he heard me, but I think it's time to hit the road. Silverstep is cursed. Look, just yesterday I saw a boat sailing in the lake, a big one, kind with a big sail, and there were a bunch of people on board around some big box or chest or something. All of a sudden, the steersman spins the wheel and rams the boat right against the rocks. The wreck went down at that cliff not far from our cave. The people jumped out and tried to swim for shore, but they just froze in place and sank under without a sound. One got close enough I could see his face, a mask of terror I can't even begin to describe. Yelled something about Sharon, went pale, froze like the others, and pop! That was the last I saw of him. Sure, there are plenty of nasty beasts around, but this was something else. I trust my instincts, and they're screaming at me loud as can be to get out while we still can. If we don't, we're all gonna die. Second note. Cut the whining, bud. There's a wrecked boat and you say we should run. I say we go take a look. Might be there's some valuables in the wreckage. Third note. Now you've done it. Chief found out about the boat and the chest, and now all he talks about is looking for treasure. He's gonna have the others out searching for it, poking around the lake bed with hooks and at night of all things, so the locals don't notice. I'm telling you, no good'll come of this. These woods give me the creeps, and they're even worse at night. Day before yesterday, I was on my way back to the cave and heard a noise behind me. Turned around and saw two glowing eyes staring at me from the woods. Imagine it, the fir grove in the dark and just two blazing embers in the night. I don't know what it was and I don't want to. I'm just glad it disappeared as soon as I saw it. Fourth note. While you were busy being scared of that wolf or runaway kitty or whatever it was, I found that box. It's just sitting there, all that precious treasure, right on the lake bed. It's not even that far from shore. We're fishing it out tomorrow. Fifth note. Are you serious? I swear, if we don't get out of here before that box is out of the water, something terrible is going to happen. Sixth note. Look, the beast that attacked the cave was scary, sure, but we gave it hell, didn't we? And when the chief set it on fire, it ran off, didn't it? Howled so loud I thought my head would explode, but we came out fine. No, I think I'm gonna stay. I bet that box is full of treasure. And as for the beast and those drowned men of yours, well, this profession's all about taking risks, right? Seventh note. There's risks, and then there's whatever this is. No, when the chief goes out to get that box, I'm gonna show my heels. Farewell, pal. Life is long. Maybe we'll meet again someday if we play our cards right.
I will guide us.
The heck is that box?
Applause, please.
I'll be damned, that beast again? No, these are new strangers. I bet they want to take away our loot. They're messing with the wrong men.
To the dust you will
Bandit
deserved
Necromancer, everyone on him. That's the gang of bandits done for.
I don't like surprises.
Cypress Queen's Quill. Packs and crates filled with various goods obviously belong to some merchants before making their way here. Many of them are spotted with blood. A whole bunch of potions.
Anything else?
Slicer. Not that I have anyone that uses a scimitar, but it's a runic mage blade. When you have a touch spell charge, the weapon's enhancement bonus is +2 better than its actual bonus. Then I guess there's just a matter of this. Water and sludge still drip from this huge stone block, which has obviously been dredged from the lake bottom recently. Oh dear. Upon closer examination, it looks like a huge chest, or rather a sarcophagus. One side bears an engraved symbol, a skull with a single eye socket, and the eye socket is covered with a coin. Search for the signs of magic. Magic presence here is obvious. You can sense powerful necromancy energies, but can't figure out the specific spells in use here. Lore Religion 26, examine the exterior. Failed. The only thing about this sarcophagus you can say for certain is it was made to hold a huge corpse, perhaps an ogre or a giant. Search for a keyhole. It succeeded. You have no idea where the sarcophagus came from, but you know enough about enchantments to know there must be an easy way to open it. Experimenting with the engravings in various combinations, you discover when you press your finger against the skull symbol with your hand on the lid, the cover slides aside easily. Your triumph is short-lived, however. As the lid slides open, there is the sound of something huge stirring within the sarcophagus. You hear a rattling whistle like air pushed through a leaky bellows, and scraps of flesh fly from the sarcophagus. Whatever is inside is huge, angry, and far from dead. Yeah. Okay. Can you channel good? So it has a Great Axe +1. Masterwork Scimitar. The dog is afraid. So is Caledorn, I think. Yep. Well, we're getting closer to the Varnhold stuff, I think. Various loot. These boats were obviously pulled ashore recently. Inside of them are hooks, pivots, and other tools that would be needed to recover things from under the water. Well, I think we've done what we came for. So we should probably go talk to Likka, I think her name was again. Music bugged again. You're back. Did you take care of the box? The problem is solved. There was a monster in the box, a cyclops, but it's dead now. The Nixie throws her hands up in joy. You did it. I have to tell my family as soon as possible. Once I tell them what you did, they'll understand that not all strangers are bad. A cyclops, huh? I doubt any of us could have dealt with that. I'd say you earned yourself a reward. Okay. Somehow feel that we're not done with this place. I need to tell you something about the fish and this dragon of yours. I could talk about the dragon all day long. The fish were jumping ashore thanks to an ancient sarcophagus the Nixies accidentally drowned in the lake. Your Nixies lied to you. They are fey, so what do you expect? But Eva told me about the dragon. Not the fish, though. Just that the dragon is protecting us. But I know Eva well. Eva doesn't lie. I know for a fact it was a cyclops kept in a sarcophagus under the lake that caused all the strange occurrences around her. The cyclops is dead now, and the village is safe. The fisher listens intently. his face thoughtful. So, what then? The fish won't jump ashore anymore? That's too bad. Can we get another Cyclops from somewhere then? Using a 1,000-year-old undead Cyclops for fishing. Baron, you need to order this village surrounded by a palisade and forbid your subjects to come within 3 arrow flights of it. This is as bad as a plague. Stupidity can be just as infectious, you know. The scale Eva gave you came from a wyvern, not a dragon. Don't misunderstand, Baron. It's not that I think you're simple, the fisher assures you patronizingly, but everyone's been talking about the dragon while you're the only one talking about some wyvern. You really should listen to what people say. It's just common sense, really. Oh, gods. There must be someone else we can talk to around here.
Our path leads on.
Brevis. Welcome to Brevis's roadside shop. Judging from his accent and his fine clothes, this trader isn't from around here. You sent me a letter, right, about the hunter named Eva and his silver dragon stories? The trader smirks. Eva, he's a resourceful one to be sure. May the whole area believe he's some chosen one, the spokesman for the silver dragon. The idiots around here listen to everything he says, and he does whatever he asks. It's strange, though. After this Eva fellow came to the village with his sack of silver scales and his ridiculous stories about the silver dragon, things in the area started to change. There was this wolf pack who used to cut through the local cattle like a housewife cuts through the vegetables. After Eva got here, the wolves won't even come close to the local cows. Same with the monsters in the woods. They don't take one step toward the village or its people. It's all pretty strange if you ask me. Very strange indeed. What's causing all the fuzz around here? You mean those fish jumping ashore? The trader frowns. These fools believe it's thanks to their patron, the silver dragon. He supposedly decided to provide the villagers with a feast and then sent them this gift. Idiots. I don't know the real reason those fish are jumping, but if it were me, I wouldn't get too close to those fish or that lake. Surprised to see a trader in such a remote place. I usually buy hides from the local hunters, but sometimes they come up with rather intriguing trophies. No wonder though, considering the number of different beasts living in these woods. These wares don't look like hunting trophies. They remind me more of some robber's loot. The trader's face goes blank. I'm sure I have no idea what you mean, Your Grace. This is all pretty standard trade around these parts. You know, totally unrelated, I just realized I haven't had an opportunity before to offer a donation to help support our barony. Now you're trying to bribe me? If you ever even think of going back to your old ways, you'll find yourself in some real trouble. Sure, yes, of course. The trader's voice rang with enthusiasm. I'll come another time, farewell. Who the heck am I supposed to talk to then? And where did Eva go? Go back to his house. Perception check. Footprints on the wet soil near the hut lead north. I'll just pause the recording while I figure out what to do here so that I don't waffle about too much. Okay, so we just need to follow these tracks.
You see that?
Or did it? But
The bark fallen off the tree indicates that someone ran along the trunk with amazing agility. On the other side of the tree trunk you can see human footprints. They lead north.
search was not in vain.
More footprints leading north. Oddly, they look bigger now and have a slight different shape.
Well, it is done.
The footprints lead to an inconspicuous animal path that leads deeper into the woods. That will have to be for the next episode. This one has gone on for far too long, so I think it's time to end this. I'll go check in with the trader and do some trading with him, and then we'll go up there in the next episode. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all then.